Pacheco sidesteps a tackle, cuts 15, 10, 5, freaking touchdown, dude! Blown up, fumble, pitch back to Brian Cook, and Brian Cook's gonna freaking house it, dude! He's gonna house it! Oh my God! He's got plenty of time, fires, back in the end zone, touchdown! Bro, what the frick did I just watch? And this is why you don't doubt Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna waltz in, untouched, touchdown, Kansas City, let's go, baby! What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Friday night Q&A Hangout. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. The Chiefs just had their first day in pads. There was definitely some takeaways from that practice. Some people are rising. Some stock, I would say, of others is falling. Would love to talk with you guys about that and get your thoughts on who you think so far is rising, who's falling. Again, it's only the first day in pads, so it's early. You've got 3 preseason games left. There's time. There's no panic. Nothing crazy like that. I would say a couple things off the top of my head that I found worth noting would be Kingsley Suamataia got the first team reps at left tackle today. The left side of the offensive line looks a bit rough right now because you have Mike Caliendo at left guard, right? Because Joe Thuney's still out. So they're trying Mike Caliendo at left guard. Then they are trying out, for now, and it might be his spot to lose, but Kingsley Suamataia, the rookie, at left tackle. So you've got a weak side of the line. It's definitely the left guard, left tackle spot in comparison to Trey Smith, right guard, Creed Humphrey at center, Jawan Taylor on the right side. That's worth at least keeping tabs on to see if Wanye Morris starts to fight and earn some first-team reps or not. He did earlier in the week, but remember, the pads are on. So this is when you really want to start paying attention, and I thought it was notable that Kingsley had the first-team reps with the O-line once the pads came on. Deneric Prince, meanwhile, was getting a lot of running back reps right after Isaiah Pacheco. That's been happening all week. And so I would say Deneric Prince's stock is definitely up, but Andy Reid said today in his presser that they are ramping up CEH from being sick, just like they are now doing that with Xavier Worthy, who was there today in pads. He had strep throat all week. He was at practice and working, but it's more of like a ramp-up period. So I found that interesting because Deneric Prince has been getting a lot of reps, but they're still easing in CEH. I'm not sure what illness he had. He seems fine. Like I just saw a behind-the-scenes clip of CEH dancing and singing with Isaiah Pacheco. But be worth watching. Deneric Prince, and then Kadarius Toney. His stock is up. Got a lot of targets today, a lot of looks, was getting separation on his routes, was catching passes. Obviously not all of them. I saw one pass broken up that Kadarius Toney was a part of, and then he was in that little skirmish. Well, it was nothing. Yesterday, George Karlaftis hit him. No pads were even on. Toney threw a ball at him. They walked away. Travis Kelce went up to George and was like, hey, please don't do that. Blankety, blankety, cuss, 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 probably. So those are just a few off the top of my head. Najee Johnson came back after getting looked at by the trainers on his knee. He came back today, so that happened yesterday. He came back today and was working once again with the first-team defense. So that's exciting for us Najee Johnson fans in chat. He's getting some more work with the ones. I did ask him, hey, man, how's your knee feeling after today? He says feeling good. Back out there like it was nothing. So anyway, those are some of my takeaways, but I don't want to sit here and ramble the whole time. I want to get your guys' thoughts. And let me know how you think training camp is going for the Chiefs so far with the first week, and then today specifically, first day in pads. Carter Cook with the 5. Cole, I think I'm going to Denver for the last game of the regular season. Oh, that's fun, dude. You might not get to see the starters if the Chiefs already locked up the West. They might bench some of the starters, but that'll still be fun to go see Chiefs play the Broncos at Mile High Stadium. Love that. Hooker Boots, thanks for the upgrade to the Let's Freaking Go tiered membership, you legend. Anyway, enough rambling from me. How are you guys? Wanye Morris is just another Orlando Brown. He's not good. Okay. Left side, kind of important. Strong side, yes, sir. I mean, Joe Thuney will come back eventually. What's up, John? K. Wayne. FLDB in chat. What up, what up? Nafis said, let's go Chiefs. Heck yeah, bro. What's up, Caden? Emperor said, let's freaking go. Tarlock, how are you? Brenda. How's everybody doing? What's up, Epic? Opinion on KT at halfback or as a running back. Yeah, so that's another thing about Kadarius Toney that I think has caused his stock to go up. He's been working in with the running backs. He's also been working in the return game, and he's looking pretty decent at all of them. He's not perfect, obviously. I see he has his ankle wrapped, so he's dealing maybe with something on his ankle. But, yeah, he's been working. He's been running routes. He's been taking handoffs out of the backfield, and he's been returning punts. So that's like when you're looking at players whose stock is up. I mean, if the biggest thing is Toney just got to stay healthy. Can he survive all of camp? I have no idea. But his stock is definitely up right now. Kenny with the 22 months. What's up, Cole? Haven't been on in a while. Great to be back. Heck yeah, man. Good to see you. How are you? Let me know. Ooh, Jordan Love got paid. Tua got paid today, too. God dang. Holy smokes. Jordan Love and the Packers have agreed to a 4-year, $220 million contract. That makes him the highest paid QB in NFL history. He also gets a record $75 million signing bonus plus $155 million in new full guarantees. Holy. Ricky called it. Dang, dude. What's 220? I need a calculator. I can't do math. Let me do this. 220 divided by 4. I mean, that's $55 million a year. That's right up there with Joe Burrow and T-Law. So he got paid that. $75 million signing bonus. That's an NFL record. That's insane. And then Tua got paid today too. Man. So you got Tua paid. You got Jordan Love paid. Dak Prescott's the only one that's not paid. But dude, Ricky said it earlier this week. Pretty Ricky. He said that a quarterback was going to become the highest paid QB in the NFL. And he was definitely right. I'm trying to find that tweet because he was spot on. That was the 22nd. Yeah, so he said here on July 21st, there will be a new highest... Where did that go? There will be a new highest paid QB announced this week. I assume this will be the biggest news of the day. Spot on. That was at July 21st. Man, that's actually insane. And I actually commented in there. I said probably Jordan Love, but if Tua became the highest paid QB, I would enjoy that quite a bit. And people thought I was crazy. They're saying Jordan Love. Jordan Love, man. You got to pay him. He's like on a contract year. If you're the Packers, you got to lock him in. He had a great year last year. So you got to pay the guy. Holy smokes, a lot of quarterbacks getting paid today. Dave with the membership. Appreciate you, man. Let's go, Dave. James with the 20 months, the resident Broncos fan in the house. What's up, Colin, folks? I think KC spring training has gone great. They should just stop now and not try so hard this season. No way, James. No way, James. They gotta lay the smackdown on the Broncos a couple times this year. That's a lot of money. Yeah, and then Tua got paid. Tua got paid too. I'll have to look that up. Let me see. Let me look up Tua's contract because he got paid, but he's like, he's not top of the market, but he's close. Not top of the market, but he's close. It was a 4-year, $212 million extension. So Jordan Love just reached what, a 4-year, 220? So Jordan Love is at 55. Trevor Lawrence is now at 55, and Joe Burrow, they're all up there, the same APY. Then you've got Tua at 53.1, Goff at 53, Justin Herbert at 52.5, Lamar Jackson 52, and Jalen Hurts 51. Now, I will say, Mahomes' contract looks funny right now because he got a pay bump. But he's not making $45 million per year. Mitchell Schwartz was on it. He got a market adjustment last year that gave him at the time the highest 4-year cash flow ever at $210 million. So Mahomes' contract, if you look at the APY, it looks funny because he's still under contract for till 2030 or whatever it is. But it's really going to be negotiated in the next couple of years, and he got a bunch of it moved from the back end to the front end. So he's still in the top 10 of QB pay, but it's still a great deal. Just Mahomes isn't making $45 million a year. If you just go to Spot Track and look at it, it's not really that simple with Mahomes' contract. His is pretty complex. Mitchell Schwartz, you need to get on that guy on your channel. Dude, that'd be awesome. Maybe we could try to get him on sometime. Yeah, what did Tua get paid? I just had it up there and we just read them all. Yep, Tua's getting a bunch of money. Jordan Love's getting a bunch of money. Race fans gifting a bunch of memberships with a 10 gifted. Let's go, man. Appreciate you. Patrick's contract is just normal now. No, it's still top. It's still among the top. I would need to go look it up exactly with the pay raise, what he got and what that's averaging. I actually wonder if I could find that really fast on my note. I have an Apple Note where I script everything. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to, he got it. Mahomes got paid again. Let me see if I can find the number here. Yeah, it's 4 years, $210 million. So he's getting a roughly $52.65 million per year. But the escalators in his contract could bring it closer to $54.5 million per year. And they will revisit the agreement again after the 2026 season. Okay, so if you look at what we were just staring at a second ago here, if you're looking at what I just said and you're comparing it to that, Mahomes with his pay raise that he got last September where they moved stuff from the back end of his contract to the front end of his contract. What did I say he was making? $52.65 million a year. So he's still right here. He's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's right out of the top 5, but the escalators in his contract could bring him up to $54.53 million per year. So that's going to still have him in the top 4. And then they're going to revisit after the 2026 season, because the $210 million that Mahomes is making is from 2023 to 2026. So 23, 24, 25, 26, $210 million. Again, Mahomes' contract with that pay raise is still pretty competitive, even with Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa getting their deals done today. Is Mahomes worth more? Of course. But he's still making pretty good money, and then he's getting all the money he's also making off the field in endorsements as well. Paul, how the heck are you, man? Dave said I'm a family Chiefs fan, even though I'm a Colts fan overall. Dude, the Colts they were like our curse, man, in the playoffs especially. Sasquatch said, Cole, I took his phone. Get chiefed. Drew Tranquil football winner. Oh, you took his phone? All right, cool. Well, not cool, maybe. But I have all the emails. I will definitely get back with you guys soon. It's just been a little nuts with training camp. Within the next few days over the weekend, I will definitely shoot you guys an email and get the process going on that. Will KT be wide receiver 3? I don't know. I mean, I would think the top 3 wide receivers would be Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, and then Worthy. But maybe. We need to see if Tony survives training camp first and foremost. But yeah, so we'll see. I would think in the pecking order, I mean, he's only had like 200 yards a year, sometimes under. I think Justin Watson is wide receiver 4. Tony would be more of like the depth guy, punt returner, use him in like a niche role on the offense would be more of his role. Yeah, good for returning and running back. There you go. All right, exactly. Watson is 4. Yes, sir. Did you see the catch from Ross? I did, Mo. I did. I know you're a big Ross fan. I think it's on my... I'm sure I shared it on my Twitter. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, it was great. I mean, Wentz, did he throw it a little high? Somebody was saying that was a bad throw. I don't think that was a bad throw. Maybe it was slightly a little high. Like Kelvin Joseph is 5'9", 5'10", but he puts it only where Ross can get it, and Ross went up and got it. So, I mean, could it have been 6 inches lower? I guess. People just find anything to nitpick on the internet. I mean, it's pretty good. It's right there, and Ross went and made a play and got it. He knows Ross is 6'4" and has a high, a pretty good vertical, so you throw it up, you give your guy a chance, and that is exactly what Justin Ross did on that play. That was a great freaking play by Ross, man. A great play. So, yeah, definitely saw that. Good stuff. Yes, sir. It was an awesome catch. Thoughts on Worthy's frame? I mean, he is a smaller-bodied guy. They're trying to get his weight up just a little bit. But yeah, there's wide receivers that have been close to his size and weight that have had a good, or had, carved out a decent NFL career. Deshaun Jackson, I think, was pretty similar in height and weight. Obviously, I'm not saying Worthy is just going to have a career like Deshaun Jackson did because he was incredible. Who's the guy also? Is it Devontae Smith? Is that who it is on the Eagles? Am I thinking of the right guy? Devontae Smith, Eagles. Let's go height, weight. He's 6 foot, 170 pounds. Okay. And then Xavier Worthy is 5'11", 170 pounds. So, I mean, yeah, they are a bit smaller bodied guys as far as their frame goes. Can that come with some injury concerns as far as durability and taking a big hit? I mean, yeah, but there are guys out there that can carve out a career with their frame and be effective at it. Cole, remember when we were saying fire Spags and put Townsend at QB? I don't know if I ever joined the fire Spags camp. But Tommy Townsend had a great fake punt throw. That's for sure. Cole, you need to make a shirt. It'll get handled when it gets handled. That's a good idea. Yeah, from Mahomes' statement today. It'll get handled when it gets handled. What do you think the Chiefs' record is going to be this year? Around 13 wins, somewhere right around there. Balloon's having severe withdrawals. The season needs to get here quick. Oh, it's happening soon. Paul is in the house. Of course, he's wanting me to say, "Hey, frog me, daddy." But I don't like to say that because it's weird. Will it be at the home opener? Probably not. Almost 8:30. Yeah, we stream late on Friday night. Friday night starts at 8 p.m. Yes, sir. Nico is catching like Tony was last season. Yeah, Nico Remigio's been working. He's been climbing up the ranks. So that's a guy that is to watch. Stock up a little bit with him. Sky getting cooked. Yeah, so Ron Kopp of Arrowhead Pride was there reporting today. And he said, it seems like the ball is just almost right out of reach of Sky's hands. Like he said, that happens like a lot with him. In other news, I haven't talked about this yet because there's just so much to talk about. But a 15-year-old kid was among those charged with opening fire during the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl rally. And he's been sentenced to a state facility for youths. It's a whole long article in there. But 15 years old, drawing out a gun and shooting at people. Holy smokes, dog. That's absolutely insane. Embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm trying to find that tweet about Sky Moore, but Cole using Ross and Wiley in the red zone could be deadly. Dude, Wiley 6'6", Ross 6'4". You got Kelsey out there 6'6", 6'7". Can't remember his exact height, but he's somewhere up like that. He'll be out at 18. I didn't read how long he was sentenced in there. If we only keep one, Ross or Nico? I don't know. I mean, those depth piece guys, like at the bottom, they're going to look at who can contribute in the most well-rounded way. And so Tobe is going to have some say there. If Tobe's like, hey, Nico is punt returner 2, and if, I don't know, Tony is punt returner 1 and he's injured, we need a solid punt returner 2, and that's Nico. Nico might get the edge there over Ross. Now, we'll just kind of have to wait and see who else makes the roster. And you got Rice's suspension still potentially in play. So you've got to factor a lot of stuff in there for the bottom. Thoughts on Kadarius Toney? Yeah, man, he's looking good so far at camp. Was targeted a bunch today. Was working with the starters. Was also working at with the twos as well, but getting quite a bit of passes thrown his way. His stock is definitely up compared to Sky's. If you're gonna compare Sky and Toney, Tony's up here. Sky's falling down a little bit. $220 million is insane for Jordan Love. Yeah, that was the report. That was the report that there was going to be a quarterback to be the highest paid QB in the NFL this week. Pretty crazy, huh? $220 million after 1 year of starting. Yeah, but who else did that? Didn't Aaron Rodgers? Can somebody confirm? I feel like Aaron Rodgers was a starter for not that long, and then he got paid a bunch of money. So that's your guy. He's been in the system. He had a great year last year. That's your guy. You're paying him. Night Hunter, get well soon, man. Somebody said feel better. Hope you're all right. Cole, are you surprised who are you surprised most production-wise during training camp so far? I mean, maybe Toney. You know, when Toney's heading into camp, we're like, hey, what is Toney going to be like? Because last year he made it 3 punt returns in on the first day of warmups and then missed all of training camp with a meniscus repair. Dealt with injury issues all last year. Said he wasn't hurt. They pulled him off the injury report and he was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl. So everybody's kind of like, well, what do we do with Toney? He wasn't at OTAs. He did show up to mandatory camp. And so he was like a big question mark, unsure. And so far, I feel like he's definitely a guy that's been showing up and showing out. Production, I mean, Deneric Prince has been getting a lot of work in too. Tarlock in the house said, can I pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Higher pitch every single time. They're just predicting what the QB market's going to be later. I mean, every quarterback that's going to be a team's franchise quarterback moving forward they'll just keep being the highest paid QB, and it just kind of keeps going like this over and over and over again. How QBs get Mahomes money when they're nowhere near his level? Yeah, it's just the market and sadly the cost of a franchise QB. It's expensive as hell. Yeah, it is very expensive. Yo, Aaron B in the house. What's up, man? Thanks so much for the 5. Yeah, he wants to know if Justin Tucker is still up to his usual shenanigans. I don't know. We should probably ask Tom Pelissero.
There's still some of those ghosts of Justin Tucker banging a 60-yard field goal off the crossbar and through to be.
I think so. RMC said, who improved the most? FAU, Prince, Toney. I think it's too early to say, like, compare all those guys and say who improved the most. Ask me that question in a couple of weeks, but FAU, he spoke to the media today. He's been training in the offseason with Tom Bahali and George Karlaftis, which is great. FAU is feeling strong. He's been working on his get off from the line. That was like a big weakness of his that the coaches said he needed to work on, and he's been training that all offseason long. So he's coming in healthy, didn't have any offseason health issues like he had last year, his rookie year. And he's coming back. He's ready to work and put in the what do I want to say? Put the pedal to the metal, put the plow to the field. He's ready to work. I didn't want to say work twice in a row, but he's here. He's ready to work, get better, grind, and show that he has gotten better over this offseason. Opinion on Tua's contract? I mean, we talked about it earlier a little bit. I don't know, man. If you're the Dolphins, you're kind of in between like a rock and a hard place because you're a good enough team. You're still like kind of in win now mode. And so you're not really going to be in a situation next year where you're going to be able to get a top QB in the draft. Tua has shown himself capable. Again, he hasn't really won when it's mattered. I get that. But just think about if you're a GM and you're a team and you're like, well, this guy's shown that he can produce. He was didn't he lead the league in passing yards last year? I understand who his team was. He got carried a little bit by his weapons, but I think they have an out after 3 years, and then you go back to the drawing board. Tyreek Hill will probably be done by then. Jalen Waddle will be getting a bit older. You might be in a refresh or reset. I think they're just a bit stuck. I mean, let me know what you guys would do if you're the Dolphins. I mean, it's easy to say, oh, just move on from them and draft somebody else. But if the Dolphins are, they're in the playoffs again, they're going to be at the end of the first round. How are you going to get up there? They've also given up a lot of draft capital and some other moves. So I think they were kind of stuck. Yo, World Verse with a 5. Appreciate you, man. Cole, remember when we were saying fire Spags and put Towns in QB? Yeah, I actually answered your question earlier. I was never on the fire Spags camp, but there were times when I was frustrated with Spags. At times he's just working with what he could get or who he had. But it took a few years, and he kind of was able to slowly churn that defense into his own. And man, he's one of the best in the business. Yeah, Townsend at QB. Tommy Townsend with the rocket launcher. Let's go, man. Thanks so much for the 5 bomb. Is the offense better than the Tyreek Hill KC Chiefs? Too early to tell, but in theory, they are definitely better than last year. I know that's not saying much, but do they have more firepower than 2018? I don't know, man. You had Kareem Hunt. You had Pringle. You had D-Rob. You had Tyreek. You had Kelsey. I don't know. But, I mean, you've got Wiley now. You've got Kelsey. You've got Worthy. You got Hollywood. You've got Rashee heading into year 2. You have Pacheco. I mean, you've got weapons. Mahomes is better than 2018. Maybe he won't have 5,000 yards and 50 TDs, but he's smarter. He's got years of experience now under his belt, 6 more years under his belt. I think 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, he's going on, that's 7 seasons ago almost now. So on paper, this could be one of the best Chiefs offenses in the Mahomes era, but we'll kind of have to wait and find out a little bit. Offense is loaded this year. Heck yeah. I would love like McKinnon to return or a veteran RB3, but if that doesn't happen, that's all right. I trust Andy Reid and company on the decision there. You have no choice but to re-sign Tua. He's good enough to keep their franchise relevant. That's what I'm saying. Like, what else are you going to do? Who are you going to find in free agency? Are you going to make a trade? Give up more draft capital? I mean, they've already given up a lot. So, just for various stuff that they've already done. Didn't they just lose a draft pick too? Maybe that was in this year's draft. I can't remember, but yeah, you're kind of stuck. You didn't really have a choice with the Tua situation. And they didn't make him the highest paid. He's up there. It's competitive, but not highest paid. I think he got quite a bit of money though. I mean, it was pretty close. Pretty freaking close. I'm not a Dolphins fan, but I can't watch Tua seize like that again. That was scary and awful. Oh yeah, you're talking concussion stuff. No, that's not cool at all. So he did, for what it's worth, he was taking judo or jiu-jitsu classes over the offseason last year, and that just teaches you how to properly fall. And I trained in Taekwondo for 12 years and 12 beards. Those are beard years, 12 years. Yeah, you learn how to fall, you learn how to roll out of it. It's still easier said than done when you have a 300-pound lineman hitting you from your blind side and you don't even know that they're bearing down on you. But yeah, I hope he doesn't get any more concussions. It would not be good. Yeah, would not be good at all. Dez with the 5 bomb. Thanks so much, Dez. How many of these QBs that got extended actually live up to these contracts? Goff, Love, Tua, Herbert. I mean, the problem is you got a QB that is pretty much going to be your franchise QB. They're all just going to continue getting near top of the market contracts. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. And then next year, whoever those QBs are that are up for contracts, I mean, CJ Stroud, it won't be next year, but in the next few years, CJ Stroud will get a deal, and he's going to be top of the market. And then it's just going to keep going. It's going to keep going over and over and over again. Who else is on rookie deals? I'll be curious to see what they do with Brock Purdy eventually. Trevor Lawrence just got paid. I mean, to answer your question bluntly, how many of these QBs that got extended actually live up to these contracts? I mean, go look at the stats on quarterbacks who are making top of the market deals, who are getting top of the market money that help their team win a Super Bowl. It's not very high. It's not very high. And if the ultimate goal is Super Bowls, then I don't know how many are going to actually live up to it. But when you're the franchise and you got a guy that you believe in and you're building the roster around him and they're bringing you to the playoffs, you're getting to the divisional round, the wild card, the NFC Championship. If you're Goff, you made it to the NFC Championship and you were 1 or 2 stupid fourth down conversion attempts away from winning that game. Tua, I mean, he made it to the wild card game and got smoked by the Chiefs. Love, I think they were made it to the divisional round. Herbert, that's a little tougher of a situation, but I still think he's a good quarterback and you pay him. Yeah. It's tough out there. Stroud will probably reset the market. Exactly. None can live up to the contract because Mahomes will still still dominate, baby. Cole, what's up, man? What's up, CJ? How many receivers you got on your 53 and who are they? I mean, the last 53-man roster projection I did was right after mandatory minicamp. So that was mid-June. I think I had them rolling with 6. And the 6 that I had were Rice, Hollywood, Xavier Worthy, Justin Watson, Tony, and Sky Moore. Those are the 6, but then I kind of said, let's wait for camp, and you're going to have Remigio, Justin Ross. Oh, no, I had McCole Hardman in there too. Oh, you know what? At that time I said Rice was going to be suspended, so I actually took Rice off and then added McCole Hardman in there. So it went Rice suspended, so he didn't count. Then I had Worthy, Hollywood, Justin Watson, McCole, Tony, Sky, with Justin Watson and Remigio fighting for that spot with Sky Moore and Tony. But it doesn't look like potentially Rice is going to be suspended. So you make the bottom of that roster even more competitive with McCole there. I mean, McCole can contribute on all phases of the offense and return. He can return kicks. He can return punts. He returned kicks his rookie year. I mean, that fight for the bottom of the wide receiver room is going to be a tough one. Who do you guys have right now? I'd be curious. Josh Allen and Bills has a good contract. He's got like 44 a year. Yeah, I don't know what his contract is off the top of my head, but yeah, I mean, you get a guy like Josh Allen, you got to pay him. You get a guy like Joe Burrow, you got to pay him. You just got to pay these guys, and Josh Allen got paid a couple years ago now. So if we need to in the future, do we sign Pat for the salary cap? I think they revisit it like 2026, yeah, because his cap years at the end of his contract are ungodly numbers. They'll probably revisit and rework another deal, and yeah, they'll rework it for sure. You'd much rather have McCole than Sky? I mean, you could cut Sky for not that much, $1 million-ish. You can move on from him. You could also try to trade him before the trade deadline and maybe get a late round pick for him. All the QBs that are paid right now don't really deserve it except Hurts, Burrow, Lamar, and Goff. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? It's tough out there with teams. I mean, because if your quarterback is good enough, and that's the same problem with the Dolphins. If your team's good enough, you're not really going to be able to get high enough up into round 1. That's why the Chiefs getting Mahomes was kind of an anomaly. They had to give up quite a bit, but they got up to 10. But most quarterbacks aren't making it that far. Like franchise potential game-changing quarterbacks are going top 5. So it's just so hard to get there. So you just pay your guy most of the time if you think they can get you back to the playoffs. How do you feel about the Chiefs signing today, the defensive end? Yeah, I mean, I wrote up a little piece on him and talked about him in tonight's video that dropped like an hour ago. If you haven't seen that, make sure to check it out after this live stream. We go over all the camp highlights, the Raiders being idiots, and the new signing. But the Chiefs waived linebacker Luque Washington and signed edge rusher Owen Carney. He was a UDFA out of Illinois in 2022, and then he ended up signing with the Dolphins after the draft, but didn't make the roster, then was with the Bengals for a bit. 6'3", 275 pounds, had a pretty good senior year at Illinois. He had 46 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. He's really, like, at least for now, a camp body. When you think about Charles Omenihu still rehabbing, you think about B.J. Thompson and his health scare. Like, they don't know when he's coming back. So you need some D-line help for sure. The stream keeps ending. Is it your computer? It's got to be your computer. It's not me. It's not me. Jordan Love way overpaid. I'm just glad we're the Chiefs are where they are. Like, Mahomes is the best QB in the game, and if you got to pay him top of the market money, at least you can justify it in your head. Well, he's the best quarterback in the game, so he's making top of the market money. Yeah, they believe in Jordan Love. That's their quarterback of the future. They made a statement with it, and we'll see how it turns out. They're all in for the next few years with him. That's for sure. What do you think? What did you think when they drafted Mahomes? Did you think Deshaun Watson was a better choice at the time? I mean, I was at this point in time, like, I wasn't following I still don't really follow college ball a lot, but I knew coming out that Deshaun Watson was going to be one of the best. I didn't know what team was going to take Mahomes. Like, even then, like, Mahomes thought he might go to Chicago, I believe. Yeah, that was the team that said they were going to take him, right? And they took Mitch Trubisky. I knew when they were trading up for a quarterback at 10, I was like, well, kind of looking at the list, like, Mahomes makes sense. In hindsight, it was perfect. But yeah, some people were definitely not happy about the Mahomes signing. I didn't have a bunch of thoughts then. Like, I wasn't like, I run this channel now and I cover super in depth all year round. But then, like, that was 2017. I was watching and keeping track, but like, I was like, oh, the heck, they got Patrick Mahomes. That's actually insane. Because they had Alex Smith and they were firing, but they found a piece of gold. And they wanted to go get that no matter what. And I'm so glad that Brett Veach was like, yo, go get this guy, please. Yes, it is, CJ. Spag's the best in the business, 100%. You need help getting this Patrick Mahomes card signed. I don't know if I could help get it done. I don't have any connections. Felix 7-sack year. That would be awesome, Javier. I would be great. You guys remember when my stream kept having all those issues recently? I had to replace the router. New router's been fine. Alex Smith will always be the GOAT, but playoff Mahomes is a different breed. I mean, I think the GOAT conversation is now between what? Brady, Joe Montana, and Mahomes. I mean, Peyton Manning's up there, but Alex is a legend, a Chiefs legend for sure, but nah, it's Mahomes now. Sky is one to save if at all possible, decent person. So yeah, Sky is a very nice kid. No problems, no issues, hard worker. But if it doesn't translate on the field, I don't know how you can just keep him because he's nice. You know, football is a tough industry. Any professional sport is, because you could love the kid or love the guy and how he acts and his work ethic and all that, how he contributes off the field, but if it doesn't show up on the field, you got to just make the tough call and let him go. I'm not saying that's what they're going to do with Sky. Sky still has his opportunity to make the roster, and maybe he does. But you can't just keep him because he's nice. I know you got more connections to the top front office. You must think I have more connections than I really do. I don't have much. I'm just the kid in my basement, man, making vids. I'll be honest, I thought they should have drafted a weapon for Alex. Yeah, that's definitely what some people thought too, which is why they were frustrated with the Mahomes getting drafted. What Alex did for Pat is underrated? Oh, heck yeah. I mean, I think they've talked about it. Like, Mahomes was like, yeah, Alex didn't like go out of his way to help me, but he never turned a helping hand away from me when I asked. And then Mahomes is Mahomes. He was there early at meetings, studious, showed up, paid attention. And if he asked Alex a question, Alex was never a D-bag. So I don't think Alex went out of his way. He knew that that's probably his future replacement, but he always answered his questions and he gave him advice when asked and all that stuff. And I'm grateful that Mahomes got to sit for a year under Alex Smith, learn the system, and just really soak it up before going out there the next year. I think it was helpful. If Alex hadn't gotten injured, I could have seen him come back and be Pat's backup. That would have been awesome. That would have been really cool. What's up, Ron? Get chiefed, said Cole. I won. Heck yeah, bro. I thought your dad was in here saying you got your phone taken away. What happened? In my opinion, Stroud will be considered the league's QB2. He's a real deal. What's up, Kitchen? Yeah, I mean, he might. Some people are already putting him up that high already. I just need to see a little bit more. Not because he had a bad year last year, but it was just his first year. We saw Mahomes scorch the league his first year as a starter, and then you got some game film on him, and you went through some growing pains after that. So if Stroud performs just as well or right around as well as he did last year, this year, I mean, then I'm going to start having some more serious, all right, Stroud is real. I mean, I probably have him in my top 10 now already. They turned that Texans team around. I'm a big Stroud fan too. Just him as a person. Oh, you didn't actually take it? Okay. How'd you feel on Kadarius Toney Karlaftis shove fight? I wonder if Tony maybe said something to egg George on. I mean, here's the thing. At camp practice, you're jawing back and forth. Trash talk is happening. It's being said. Did Tony say something to get under George's skin? It would seem like there was something there because George literally sought him out and hit him. So I don't know. Yeah, out of character for George. That's what I'm saying. That was weird. Now, was George in the right? Even if Tony said something? No, he was not. And Travis Kelce let him know, you can't freaking do that, you dum-dum. I don't know what exactly he said, but no, George wasn't in the right there. That's for sure. We keep you because you're nice. Yeah, said nobody ever. They were all in the wrong. Yeah, that's if Tony did something. I mean, Tony, you're saying Tony's wrong for throwing the ball? Possibly. But, dude, for that to be his only reaction after getting hit like that, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Has there been any news on Kamal Hadden during camp? He had a PBU today. He had a pass breakup. You want to see it? The pass breakup was on... who was that on? Nico? Let me see. Here you go. This is the third team offense. Chris Oladokin throwing a pass to Remigio, and that was a pass breakup right there by Kamal Hadden. Haven't heard a lot from him, but that was a nice little PBU there. 6th-round pick. If he makes a roster, it'll be heavily through special teams. You've got not Kadarius. We've been talking so much. We've about offense. We've got you got Najee Johnson. Joshua Williams really fighting for that CB2 spot. Jalen Watson still in the mix as well, even though he can't practice because of the shoulder issue. So those guys are fighting for the CB2 spot. Kamal Haddon will be a depth piece guy and a heavy special teamer if he makes the roster his first year, but he's got some Snead-like traits to him, and I'd love to see him slow cook in the system for a year. He's coming off an injury himself. Kamal is. Destiny. This was 10 minutes ago. Dude, Destiny, I'm sorry. I'm trash. She said, I don't know what it is, but Carson slings that ball like the older football greats. His throw reminds me of Favre, kind of. Destiny, Carson Wentz, he was having an MVP season the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. He's good. He could potentially be a starter on some of these teams in the NFL today. Definitely one of the best backups the Chiefs have had. The best backup of the Mahomes era. If you want to argue Chad Henne, okay. But if you compare Chad Henne's actual stats as a starter to Carson Wentz's stats as a starter, it is not close. Like, not even close. On paper, from a stats perspective and what Carson Wentz brings to the table at his age, he's probably the best backup quarterback the Chiefs have ever had. I would feel pretty confident, if Mahomes got banged up, God forbid, had to miss a game or two, I'd feel pretty good about Carson Wentz going out there for even a few games if he had to and winning, 3/4 of them. But yeah, Wentz is awesome. Maybe not who he once was, not quite the same. He had an ACL, didn't he? ACL tear. He's faced some adversity with his health, but he's a great backup. To say the least. Anything is possible? Heck yeah. Experience matters for sure, 100%. Yeshua. You didn't watch football from 2020 to 2022, came back. Oh yeah, no, it's all good. Mr. J, I said, did you get my letter? Maybe. I haven't. I need to go to the P.O. box, though. Or the UPS box. It's been a week or two. I got to get up there. The Raiders are going to wish they didn't mock Mahomes. Yes. Yeah, that was a little ridiculous. King George is a beast, 100%. Tony became QB. Yeah, he became QB for that play. He threw a rocket. Stilo said, I feel the season. It's incoming. Coming in hot. Travis Kelce is not calming teammates. He is bringing more fire. Heck yeah, bro. What about BJ Thompson? He's going through health updates and testing and stuff like that. But that's all they're just doing more tests. I don't think he's going to be playing for a while. He's still on the NFI list. We cut Sky today. You lying. That would be insane if they did. That would be insane if they did already. That's not happening. New to the stream, but your thoughts on CEH and how he never seemed to pan out, especially catching out of the backfield. Yeah, I feel like CEH was looking good at first until he dealt with his injuries. He's struggled since then and has just really struggled to stay healthy. Yeah, I also would have liked to see them use him out of the backfield a little bit more. But sometimes players don't always translate from college ball to the pros, and CEH is not an extremely athletic running back. He's just not. So yeah, he's definitely struggled in translating to the NFL. Many people are still frustrated and upset by that pick, that the Chiefs would invest a first-round pick in a running back. Mahomes said he wanted him, and he honestly was looking good until he got hurt, man. And he's been banged up most of his seasons in the NFL in one way, shape, or form, which has been pretty unfortunate. CEH is an example of a good guy. The team loves him. Coaches respect him. Like, he's a hard worker, comes in, puts his head down, grinds. Just doesn't always translate out on the field. He's had some flashes. Last year he had some flashes. He's back for a reason. I think he's good depth. He's a good depth piece, especially at vet minimum deal. Yeah, it was unfortunate that the injury bug kind of hit him and he couldn't shake that. Xander with the 5. What's up, dude? I'm officially locked in to going to the Chiefs-Texans game in December. Let's freaking go. Going with my brother and 2 cousins. Hope to see you there. I don't know what game I'm going to yet, but I'm definitely going to go to one. That should be a fun one, Xander. Thanks so much for the 5-bomb, bro. Let's go. CH ran good against the Bills his rookie year. No other time. Is that the game he went over for? He had like some back-to-back 100-yard games, didn't he? His rookie year. I would have to look it up. I mean, we can. Clyde Edwards, Alaire stats. I mean, he had 800 yards as a rookie. You know? And that was still only playing in 13 games. But then, like, I mean, this is what I'm talking about with CEH. The unfortunate thing about him. 13 games his rookie year. He had 800 yards, but then out of the backfield, he had another 300. I mean, that's not a bad rookie year. But then look at this. 10 games. 10 games the next year, only starting in 6. Only starting in 3 in 2023. He stayed pretty healthy this year. But these two, I mean, he got banged up at the end here. Or I don't remember when it was. He got banged up here. Banged up here. Banged up here. So, injury bugs, man. Sucks. You see Andy's response to the puppet saga? Yeah, I mean, people were trying to make a bigger deal out of it than it was. He was just kind of like, yeah, we're not focused about the puppet thing. He said, we don't worry about puppets. Focus on puppets much here or something like that. But that was really all. He said, we're just here to put in work on the field. You like Clyde a lot? Yeah, he's a really good dude, man. He makes plays from time to time. He's better as like a depth piece. Fine with that. You're possibly going to the Bengals game? Ooh, Tarlock, that should be a good one. Mm-hmm. Remember that catch, though? Oh, yeah. When he reached up over the mountains and pulled it down in the back of the end zone last year? Heck yeah, I remember that catch. Yeah, Mahomes had a response, too. He said it's early. It's still early in the offseason. It'll get handled when it gets handled. That's what he said. It'll get handled when it gets handled. You think the Chiefs should have franchise tagged Snead? Well, they did. They did franchise tag Snead, but they traded him. Traded him for what? A future 3rd and a 7th or something? I can't even remember what all it was. Maybe it was just a future 3rd. But then they got that $19 million freed up, and that's when they made some more roster moves after they got him off the board. You met a man last year who had the longest beard ever? Yeah, mine is not the longest ever, that's for sure. Big old pause with that statement. We keep the beard trimmed up. Don't get too crazy over here. It makes so hype that the game you're going to is your first game this year. It'll be 13 against the Raiders. Ah, yeah. Let's go, Destiny. Yeah, the Chiefs don't overpay corners. Yeah, they really haven't. They'll invest in their safeties. They've consistently done that. Who's the last cornerback that they've paid? Corner. I mean, I'm just trying to think. A corner that they've drafted and signed to a second deal. Who? I mean, we have to go way back. Defensive back that they've drafted and signed to a second deal. I think the last one was like Eric Berry. Might have been Flowers. I was going to say Carter, but I think I'll go back too far. And I don't even think he played. It wasn't him. He was fun to watch. How many years did he play for the Chiefs? I mean, he played for the Chiefs from 92 to 98. But I don't think he was the most recent. Yeah, I think it was Flowers was a corner, and then Eric Berry was the safety. I'm trying to remember. Somebody said Marcus Peters. I thought we got rid of him when he was still on his rookie deal. Yeah, he played 2015, 16, and 17 for the Chiefs, was traded to the Rams. He was a guy that I feel like was good enough. You could have signed him to a second contract. I know people have their own thoughts on Marcus Peters and what was going on around that time and all that stuff. And he was kind of a head case in the sense of like a hothead, rather. Not really a head case per se, but a hothead. And I think it wasn't working where he was, and he wanted to move on. So that was what it was. Charvarius Ward, nah, we traded him. Or let him walk in free agency. Yeah, Flowers was a corner, yes. I think Flowers was the last corner to possibly get signed to a second deal that the Chiefs drafted, and then Eric Berry was the not the first, sorry, Flowers wasn't the first, he was the last. I believe. I've looked this up before. But yeah, I think he was drafted in 2008, and he played with the Chiefs through 2013. And then I think, so he was probably the last corner signed to a second contract. That's like 14 years ago. And then Eric Berry was the last safety signed to a second contract. It was pretty nuts. Yeah, Ward signed with the Niners. Yep, he's still with the Niners. You missed Snead. We gave him away for pretty much nothing. I mean, that future third will be nice this year. This coming up year, but yeah, the market dictates it a little bit, man, and they wanted more, and I think the knee issue was a definite concern, and he's still on a workload management, guys. He's still on a bit of a workload management at training camp with the Titans for that knee. Worthy the next hill, baby? I want to be careful personally of like putting once in a lifetime or once in a generation type players, their name on another player. And that's no offense to whoever just said that. Who said that? I can't remember it. But I just want that player to be the best them they could be. Like everyone's already saying, like they're already saying Caleb Williams is the next Mahomes and stuff. And I just think that's unfair to Caleb Williams to put that much pressure on the guy his rookie year. Like just let that guy be him. You know, let Worthy be Worthy, the best Worthy that he could be, and hopefully he has a production similar to Hill. Maybe that would be awesome. But like this post here says Caleb Mahomes, but it's like just let the dude be Caleb Williams. That is a fire play. I mean, it's not as crisp of a throw as Mahomes in the sense of like how it's done. Mahomes throws truly like a shortstop, but he's rolling left full speed and frickin' uncorks a perfect pass to Keenan Allen. It's great. It's a great rep. But I'm just like, you don't gotta put the name Mahomes on there. Just let Caleb Williams be Caleb Williams, you know? Tarlock said, Pat who?
Pat who? Pat Mahomes. Pat who? Pat Mahomes. Pat who? Pat Mahomes. Pat who? Pat Mahomes.
That's who. Pat who, that's who. Bias aside, what's your record prediction for the first 5 weeks? Well, there's a gnat flying around. There's that. Chiefs schedule 2024. I haven't really done like a week-by-week prediction. But the Chiefs go Ravens, Bengals, Falcons, Chargers, Saints. I mean, I think they could be at worst 3-2. I'd probably roll with like 4-1 in that 5. But that's, I mean, if you can go 4-1 out of the first 5 weeks, that's pretty good. That means you're only losing to either the Ravens or Bengals. I mean, and then you're probably beating everybody else. I would much prefer to beat both the Ravens and the Bengals because they are both going to be potential playoff contenders later on down the road. So those first 2 weeks are pretty important. In the best scenario possible, the Chiefs are, after week 2, they're 2-0. That would be the most ideal. Definitely be the most ideal. Jerry Jones found a new team? What are you talking about? Am I missing something else on Twitter now? Hopefully I'm not missing something else. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Willis. You're going to Chiefs camp on the 31st? Let's go, Graham. Why are we saying all these names? John Alt? What's happening here? I saw John Alt. I see the who else did you say? Dale Carter. Never seen the Chiefs go undefeated? Yeah, it's very hard to do. That would be fun. What do you think Pacheco will receive? When do you think Pacheco will receive a contract extension? He's got 2 years left on his contract, right? And he was a 7th round pick. I don't know. The running back market sucks, really. So I'm not sure what the Chiefs will do there with Pacheco and his contract situation. Elliot, thanks for the kind words. He said, love the content in the channel. Appreciate you, man. Let's go. Cole, can we get a season rundown of the schedule this year? I've kind of done that, like in a long form video when the schedule dropped. Like where they go and all that stuff, if that's what you mean. I do have a video on it. I don't know which video it was. But yeah, I've done an overview of the entire schedule for sure. You got Chiefs. What do I want to do? You got Ravens, Bengals, Falcons, Chargers, Saints. Yeah, I broke this all down in a couple of videos. 49ers after that. Raiders. You got the Bucks, the Broncos. Then you got the Bills, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns. That'll be a tough fight. Texans, tough fight. That's that 3-game stretch in 11 days or whatever it is. Browns and Chiefs December 15th. Texans and Chiefs that Saturday the 21st. And then Chiefs and Steelers on Christmas at noon. Blessings. Blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. Bill Kinney? Can you post a video of you saying you're happy with the game of the football and telling everyone to sub to you? Sure, dude. Send it over. I got you. What are the odds all our defensive tackles that make the final cut are on the 90-man roster now? Besides Jones, defensive tackle is a concern. Not sure Nadi has much left. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, what you're saying is, I probably agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs add to the roster via cutdowns, like from somebody else. Let's look at their roster. Fabian Lovett is a guy people are looking to right now. But if you go to Chiefs roster and we just look it up and just go by position and we look at the defensive tackles, you got Matt Dickerson, Alex Gubner, of course, Chris Jones, but some people have their eyes on the UDFA out of Florida State, Fabian Lovett. You got Mike Pinnell and Turk Wharton. And then I think, where's Nadi at? Or is he not on? Where the frick? Where's Nadi? Am I just blind? Oh, they did move him. Okay. So they have the non-football injury list with BJ, and then they have the pup list for Nadia Minihue, Joe Tooney, and Jalen Watson. So, yeah, outside of Nadi, who's already on there, I mean, Gubner. Hello, Gubner. Dickerson. Chris Jones, obviously, dog. Fabian Lovett. They had, what's his name? Isaiah Buggs, but he gone. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they add to the room there. I mean, they just added a defensive end today. They're not done shifting stuff around, especially when cuts happen. Kitchen said, I'm putting you on the spot. Pick one former Chief to play in their prime for this season. Ooh. One former Chief to play in their prime for this season. I feel like I give a homer answer, and it's Derek Thomas, just because what I wouldn't pay for him to still be alive and see him back in action again. It would help benefit the D-line as well. I understand it's not apples to apples, you know, as far as how the game was played then to now, but just seeing Derek Thomas in his prime here in this defense, I think they can make something work. But if you want to go somebody else, I mean, Jamal Charles on the offensive side of the ball would be awesome, dude. prime Jamal Charles on the offense right now with Mahomes, Kelsey, and this receiving room that they got, and Pacheco. Woo! It would be crazy. Dante Hall would be great for the kickoff rules. Jared Allen would be great. Brian Barker, Neil Smith, Tony G. Ooh. Prime Tony G with Kelsey. Okay, that's fire too. That would be fire too. Yeah, Bugs is gone. Cole DeRuse. K. Wayne, what are you talking about? Nigerian Nightmare. Ooh, let's go. Some Christian Okoye. Yeah, he was fast off the ball, Kitchen. Cole, I don't know if you heard. Yeah, a 15-year-old boy went to a youth facility. He went there because of the shooting. Yes, I did talk about that a little bit earlier, Ian. Super lame to hear that, man. I did read that. So, like, young, like, what the heck, man? What are you doing? Raiders and Pierce are lame? I don't know. I have respect for Antonio Pierce. I thought his answer was fine. Seems like he was like, hey, don't do that stuff anymore. That's stupid, basically, is what I took from it. Joe Montana is a legend? Oh, yeah, for sure. But I don't need him in his prime right now on this Chiefs team. We got Mahomes. Give me John Alt. Elvis Gerback. Oh, God bless. My dad called him Gercrack. Yo, what's up, Trevor? How are you, man? Chris Oladokin. Well, he's already on the roster. Thank God. You got him. Can't believe Wentz is our backup now. I freaking love it. Yeah, Desi. Great QB, too. Do you think Tua deserves $53 million a year? Probably not, but happy for him. And the Dolphins didn't really have a choice. So, yeah, I don't think he's probably worth that much money, but what are you going to do if you're the Dolphins? Pierce is a real one. He really seems like that. Steve Bonehead is what my dad called him, Aaron. Steve Bono. Steve Bonehead. Yeah, no more Thigpen. Okoye was a bulldozer. Mark McMillian. What year did he play? What years did he play? Mark McMillian. Oh, yeah, Mighty Mouse. Heck yeah. Oh, Mighty Mouse. Play with the Chiefs from 97 to 99? No, just 97 and 98. Stream's lagging? I don't think that's me. My connection looks good. Ooh, Donnie Edwards. That's a throwback name. Donnie Edwards, man. Was he 59? What number was he? Yeah, 59. Out of UCLA. He played for the Chiefs. Let's go, man. I remember old Donnie Edwards. Andy said, what did I miss? You were walking the dogs? You kind of missed a lot of kinda. We were here for an hour at this point. I think it's a YouTube thing. Happened on a different live stream I was on earlier. YouTube said there was some issues last night with people watching content, and it wasn't working for some people on iPhones. I don't know. Thanks for the football. Heck yeah, man. Haven't shipped anything out yet, but give me a few days and we'll get it taken care of. We will get it taken care of. Yes, sir. Yeah, Jamal Charles would have been great, man. Election year. Oh, yeah? But what do you... What's that have to do with anything? What are we talking about? Watching DT put Young on his buns every play was big time awesome. Dude, miss him, man. Your YouTube won't read more? Come on, YouTube. Cole, what do you think of the sponge emoji? It's pretty good, man. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. You need to be kicked off stream for that answer, Kevin. Oh, what did Kevin say? He say Lynn Elliott or something? He did say Lynn Elliott. Kevin, stop it. Cole, did you hear about 2 cartel leaders being arrested? And no, I did not hear any Texas news. No, sir. Yeah, sad to lose Edwards. He who shall not be named. Well, that's Patrick Mahomes now, according to Jamar Chase. He won't say his name. You see that clip from Jamar Chase? He's like, I'm not saying his name, brother. You played softball with Kinnison? Did you really? That's cool. Hey, Rich Gannon? I'll take him for QB2. You think the offense, I mean, not this year, Wentz is fine. You think the offense is going to have to ride the D? And is the D strong enough to be ridden? What the heck, Paul? What the heck, Paul?
I don't know if it's so much that the identity of this team has shifted, but this is far and away the best defense that Patrick Mahomes has had, right? I mean, is it possible that they can ride the D? The defense?
Okay.
I mean, I think the offense is going to be better this year. You're not going to have to rely as much on the defense. Although, if the defense wants to continue playing lights out like they have been, great. It's only going to help. Do we need more memes for the stream? Yeah, we might need more. I mean, we could add more. Which ones do we need? We got Let's Ride. We got Daddy Chill by Kelsey. We could start adding some more. Let me know in the members only Discord. Haven Music said, I still firmly believe we need a veteran corner as insurance to raise the floor, though I understand wanting the young guys to grab a hold of the opportunity. Would love Gilmore on a 1-year deal. Yeah, you've got, I mean, even just, this is a safety, but Justin Simmons with the Justin Reed issue going on. Justin Simmons is going to be too much money. But if we're specifically talking about cornerbacks, I mean, who do we still have out there? I mean, you said Gilmore, right? Let me see who the best available remaining cornerbacks are. You got Xavier Howard, but he's dealing with the legal issue stuff. Stay away from him. Adoree Jackson. You got Stephon Gilmore. I mean, yeah, probably a Gilmore if I'm looking at this list. I mean, J.C. Jackson, no thank you. Eli Apple, I mean, he's really good, dude. Eli Apple. We like that guy a lot here. He could come to play for the Chiefs. Not. A little bum. Simmons is going to want so much money. We can't afford him. I'm just saying if the Justin Reed issue, the injury issue, turned into something longer term, he would be great insurance. So, yeah. 3P inbound, please, Elliot, please. Jennifer with the gifted. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We need a hobby horsing meme. A hobby horsing meme. Ooh, we do need one of those. That's pretty good. Jaden Hicks might go off. I mean, he might have to play more than on defense than probably initially anticipated when they drafted him. That's for sure. Yeah, which the reports are, just Justin Reed could be out all of camp and preseason. But what you don't know is, will that get re-aggravated? And if so, that could be a lingering issue. I hope not. Nick Lowry, God bless. I like how we just got people in chat just naming random Chiefs players like all night long. Well, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm tired. It's been a long day. We've got 5 long-form videos out in a row covering training camp. I'm either going to be back tomorrow with a video or we're going to live stream during training camp practice and just hang out, and then I'm going to take the rest of the day off. Either way, it's going to be an early day tomorrow, a short day. We're going to do a much simpler video, and I'm going to spend the day with my family. And then we'll be back Sunday for a long-form video. And then we'll be back for the rest of the week as well. So I will release something tomorrow. Just not sure if it's just going to be a live stream hanging out with you guys or some sort of a video covering portions of camp. I won't be able to do as in-depth as I have been, but we'll try to get something done. Randy Moran with a 21-month Red Beard tier renewal. You freaking legend. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for all the support, all the gifteds, the dono bombs, the mods holding it down, everybody in chat asking questions. And until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go.